today I am back with another video, and this time I'm doing the highly requested Q&A video that you guys have been asking for. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, be sure to go follow me now at GetNailed32. I'll be sure to leave it down here because that's usually where I post about my Q&As. I also do random giveaways all the time, so just be sure to go follow me. And yeah, so I'm gonna be going in order in which the questions were asked. I don't want this video to be super long because I do have quite a few questions, so I'm gonna try to talk as fast as I can, and then I'm gonna try to have small answers, maybe, I don't know. But the first question is, do you have any kids? That answer is yes. I have 3 kids. Their names are Sugar, Honey, and Iced Tea. That's my Yorkie Poo, and my American Bully. And those are the only kids that I have, and I'm going to have for a while, maybe. But the next question is, what keeps you motivated to work hard for what you have in life? And honestly, I'm gonna keep this question short, this answer short, just because I really could go on and on and on. But to make a long story short, my parents, we didn't grow up wealthy at all. I grew up in a mobile home or a trailer park, so we were not wealthy at all, but I had a great childhood. I don't regret anything about my life at all. But growing up, I did notice that I liked the nicer things. Going into middle school, I seen people had the Nikes, they had the polo clothes, they had, like name brand things. So I wanted that too. And my parents would go above and beyond to try to provide those things for me, even though, like, now that I look back, that's probably what I do regret, is making my parents buy me all of those expensive things, knowing that they were not able to afford those things. But like I said, my parents did everything to give us a good life. But now that I'm older and I'm making my own money, I try to do whatever I can to be able to provide for my kids and make them happy, just like my parents were able to do for me. And then also, I'm so thankful that I'm able to give back to my parents. So that's really what motivates me, is, to keep working hard. That way I can continue to provide for my parents. I want to one day be able to, let them retire, and I just, provide for them financially, physically, whatever I need to do, because they did so much for my sisters and my brother and, like, just us in general. So that's really what keeps me motivated. And like I said, another thing would really be that, being a Hispanic young adult, because yeah, I am young and I am an adult. So am I really a young adult, y'all? Like, what's the cutoff? Because I feel like I'm still young, so I'm gonna consider myself a young adult, because that's what I am. But anyways, I think I also wanted to basically prove people wrong, because growing up, being Mexican, people just automatically assume, like, oh, she's gonna end up pregnant, oh, she's not gonna finish school, she's gonna be a dropout, blah 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 blah. So it's kind of just like proving that whatever, just trying to basically do the opposite of what they said we would do. And then another thing also is that when I was in high school, we were in the 11th through 12th grade. That's when we're starting to look into colleges, trying to decide what we're gonna do with our life. And whenever I told, like, my teachers, my guidance counselor, that cosmetology is what I wanted to do, y'all, when I tell you, they tried to talk me out of it so much. Like, they didn't want me to do that at all. I remember my counselor even, like, spoke to my sister and told her, like, hey, you need to talk to your parents. Y'all need to talk her out of it, because, she's not gonna make a lot of money. Maybe she should go into nursing. And then, they kind of did change my mind for like a split second, because I was like, okay, look, I like money and I like nice stuff, so I need some money. So I ended up signing up for, like, the nursing program going into college. And then I was like, hold on, I don't even like noodles. Like, what am I doing? So I changed my mind and enrolled into the cosmetology program. So that's really another one of the main things that just keep me motivated, and basically just wanting to prove people wrong. Like, look, it's money to be made in the beauty industry. Now we're out here making more than the teacher and the guidance counselor and all that good stuff. So that's another thing too. But mainly, being able to just basically have a good life and be able to help my family out. And that's pretty much it. So that was the second question. Next we have, let's see, somebody said, what made you get into nails? By the way, I'm a big fan and love your work. Thank you so much. That is Nancy Rods. So what made me get into nails is I used to get my nails done a lot when I was in middle school because, y'all, I started working at a really young age. Like when I was in middle school, I was already working. There used to be a lady that lived across the street or across from our trailer, and she had a little taco stand, and I used to go help her, like, you know, put cebolla and cilantro on the tacos, and, you know, just basically like a waiter, because that's really what I was doing, or a waitress, because that's really what I was doing. So I would make money that way, and that's really how I was buying, like, you know, like the Nike shoes, the Polo clothes. That's really how I was able to afford those things at a young age. And since I got used to that type of I'm not gonna say lifestyle, but I got used to, you know, like wanting the nicer name brand things for some reason. I don't know why I'm like that, y'all, but I've been like that since I was younger. You know, I knew that I had no choice but to be successful because I want the nicer things. So, and not saying that because this name brand is nice, because no, like this shirt is, you know, this is from Walmart, this is from Walmart. Like, look, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Let's see. Oh yeah, but anyways, y'all, oh my God. So, damn, what was I saying? The question was, what made you get into nails? Look, I had to start all over again because I forgot what I was saying. What got me into nails was, I used to get my nails done a lot. And so it got to the point where the lady who I was going to was no longer able to do exactly what I wanted. Like, she just wasn't delivering because I was picky, you know, I'm not gonna lie. And I remember that's when like the little bling out nails started, you know, like a full nail of bling. And I remember she like did them like kind of spaced out, and I was like, oh girl, that's not what I asked for. And then after a while I was like, you know what, I can do this. So I started practicing. I bought a kiss kit, and then that didn't go well, so I gave up. And then a while later I picked it up again and I started practicing. I started practicing on my little sister, and that's just kind of how it went. So that was that question. Somebody said, any suggestions on a chair for nail techs? Honestly, the little stool that I have, it came with my nail table. It's not the most comfortable, but I mean, it gets the job done. I do get back pain still, so I probably need something new. So if you guys know of any good, like the best nail chair or stool for nail techs, be sure to let us know down below. I've even seen some, like I even thought about getting one that's like a ball and you kind of sit on it like a big yoga ball. I thought about getting that, y'all, but I don't know if it would be tall enough. But like I said, just let us know down below, because I have no idea. I've tried so many different kinds, and I mean, you know, our back is just gonna hurt regardless because we're sitting down so long. The next question is, okay, if you weren't doing nails and YouTube, what would you do? Okay, I don't know, y'all, I got lost, but that's the next question. Honestly, I have no idea. Like, I really do not know what I would be doing if it wasn't nails or YouTube, because I never really been into anything else. Like, I am really crafty, but I know I've always said I wanted to like maybe get into like baking, even though I don't bake a lot, but you know, it's still like in that same like creative field, I guess. You know, I'm still like very hands-on. So it definitely would have to be something where I'm actually doing creative things and not at a desk. Like, I couldn't sit at a desk all day, like I just couldn't. So it definitely would have to be something like that, like something where I'm really hands-on. Oh y'all, let's see. Oh y'all, lost my spot. The next question is, what are the pros and cons of working as a nail tech from home? Honestly, I don't know that there's any pros and cons. I guess the one pro that I can think of is that, you know, you kind of work based on your own schedule. You make your own hours. If you want to work, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's completely up to you. But if you want to, you know, have a specific day off, you can definitely do that. You can come and go as you please, basically. A con would be that you don't have that foot traffic. You know how like when you are at a nail shop, you know, you have just random people coming in, and you wouldn't have that So whenever you're at your own home, you know, it's more private, it's more intimate. A lot of the time it's people that know the person that you did or whatever. It's a lot, you know, more word of mouth, to where in a shop it's more just like random clients. And I feel like whenever you're doing like from home, like you have those repeat clients. And then at a nail shop, like I said, it's really just random people, so you don't know if she's gonna be back or if you're ever gonna see her again. So I guess that's one of the main things for me. Another thing is that, you know, working in a salon, you would have to pay either booth rent or you would do commission, to where if you're working from home, you get to keep all your money and you just pay your regular bills, if that makes sense. Let's see, the next question is, what should I use to do nail art? By the way, I love your videos, and this is Crazy Gag, I don't know y'all, but I just use, like, as far as brushes, I guess, I just use my small marble nail brushes that I have on my website. I'll be sure to leave the link down below for you guys with everything for my website. Somebody say, how nervous were you when you had your first client? Honestly, I can't remember, y'all. It's been so long. Like, I was literally 15 years old when I started, and I'm 24 now, so it's been a while. But I started off with like my sister and my friends, and, you know, just people that I knew. And then after, you know, I was doing them, they would recommend their mom and their aunt and their cousin. So it was always people that was like, you know, that knew somebody. So it was never just like super awkward. But, you know, whenever you do get new clients, you know, just make them feel comfortable. Talk to them, you know, hey, how are you? You know, where do you work? Do you have any kids? You know, just have a regular conversation and just make them feel welcome, make them feel, like I said, comfortable. And that's really what's going to keep them coming back, because it's really not about just getting clients. It's about keeping them and just making them feel comfortable enough to continue coming, and to where you build that relationship with your clients. Next question is, how much money per year do private nail techs make normally? Honestly, it varies. I don't even know what the average is, to be completely honest with you, because, you know, everybody charges differently. I mean, I don't charge more than, I think my extra long sets go up to like $75 or $80, maybe even $90 if it's a soak off, you know, and a full set. But everybody's different, because that's how much I charge. But then there's people out there that charge $100, $150, $200. I've even seen sets that go up to $300. So it all just depends on like how much, I guess, you want to charge. They said, will the discontinue of Swarovski stones affect us or affect you? Do you have a different product you recommend? Honestly, I only use them on myself. So I went ahead and stocked up, and I really got a lot of the AB Crystals, because that's really what I mainly use on myself. But, you know, people are so creative. They're going to come up with something different. Like, I already know. Let's see. Somebody said, does it affect quality when mixing brands of monomer and polymer? Some people say it's not recommended, but honestly, I do it all the time and I have no issues. Like, I use the JCBD Concepts monomer, but then I also have different brand powders, and I mean, I never have an issue. Somebody said, how often do you recommend changing your drill bits? Honestly, it's going to be different for everybody. It just depends on how often you use them. You know, there's people out there that may not do nails full time. There's people that may do 5, 7, 8 clients a day. So you will be able to tell, because like once it starts taking you longer to file and longer to like remove gel polish and longer to seal the cuticle area, that's how you know that it is getting dull. So you just change it out. But I honestly do not keep up with like how long exactly it takes me. So it's just gonna have to be something that you kind of just notice, and then you'll change it out if you feel like it is taking you longer to file. Let's see, how do you go about the ideas of your bling? What is your method? Honestly, whenever it comes to bling, I just kind of do whatever comes to my mind first. I mean, you could just have like different inspiration pictures that you look at, you know, for ideas. That is completely fine. But for me, I honestly just do it as I go. Like, I I don't know, like I never really just think about it. I literally just do it randomly. Somebody say, how much will your BBL cost? So the actual surgery is gonna be $7,000 at 305 Plastic Surgery with Dr. Williams. And then I also have to pay for like my recovery nurse. I have to pay for my hotel, my flight. So I honestly feel like it's gonna be like, I think in total it will probably be like at 10,000, if not a little bit more. But I know for me it is gonna be a little bit more expensive because I decided to go with the private nurse instead of staying at a recovery home. So usually at a recovery home you pay like a certain amount for like transportation, your food, you know, them taking care of you, your room, everything is basically, it's like they have all-inclusive packages. So the route that I took is like, I'll have to pay for my hotel, I would have to pay for a nurse on top of that, for my groceries, for my massages, for my transportation. So everything is gonna be separate. And then I'll make a video like talking about all of that stuff in one video during my BBL vlogs. But yeah, that's how much it was. What would recovery time be for BBL? Honestly, it's different for everybody. I'm gonna automatically take 2 months off of work, and then I'm gonna kind of just play it by ear. And if I feel okay to go back to work in 2 months, then I'll go back to work. If I feel like I need to wait a little bit longer, then I'll do that. But I know it's different for everybody. I know I've seen people that after 2 weeks, they are up and moving around, and then there's other people that during 2 weeks they're still like in a lot of pain. So everybody is completely different. Somebody say, how do you stop nails from lifting? I do have a video on how to prevent lifting, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. And just a reminder that if you're looking for specific videos like lifting, shaping, whatever, you could always just go on the search bar and just type in Natali Carmona, and then like lifting, or you know, whatever you're looking for, just type that in after my name, and most likely I do have a video. And if I don't, then feel free to comment on anything and just let me know to make a video about whatever it is you're looking for. Somebody said, do you want to have kids? I already answered that question. I said not right now. I already have 3. What is the best way to gain more clients after getting your nail tech license? I do have a video on how to gain clients, and I'll be sure to leave that link down below. But just quickly, you know, you want to make sure that you advertise yourself as much as you can. Tell your people to tell people, and tell those people to tell people. And that's really one of the biggest things is word of mouth. Another thing, like I said, is social media. Just make sure that you post a lot, have people share your things, use your hashtags. You could always do like the little recommendations, you know, do to where you have like the little recommendation card. So for every 2-3 people that somebody recommend, you give them a free bling nail, a free something. And that way people will actually be like, oh, you know, like, let me go recommend such and such so they can come, so then I can get a free whatever. You know, people love free stuff. So that is also something you can do. But I do have a video specifically on how to gain clientele. And like I said, I'll be sure to leave that down below. Somebody said, how do I invest into my nail business? I just feel so overwhelmed. Okay, so I just did a video about tips for beginners, and that was really one of the topics that I spoke about. And basically, you know, you don't want to just blow all of your money on products all at once. Just buy little by little. You know, you don't have to go out and buy like the entire nail polish collection or the entire acrylic collection. Just buy a few colors at a time, like your main colors. And then, you know, whenever you do nails, you use a little bit of that money, buy maybe 1 or 2 new like products, and then from, you know, like just kind of have your set budget. That way you're not doing nails and then spending all your money again, and then doing another set and spending all of that money, because you want to make sure that you're making a profit. So just take it slow. You know, nobody's telling you to go out and purchase, you know, everything all at once. Just calm down. Take a deep breath, shop little by little, and then after a while, you know, you're gonna start building your products. You're gonna have more and more and more, but do not go out and buy everything at once, because you will go broke. I cannot say that enough, y'all. Trust me, when I first started, I know y'all a little bit more bougie, because when I first started, I was using regular nail polish. I was using the cheapest things, and then, like I said, when I started making money, that's when I was buying big, like better stuff, you know, better products, you know, better brands or whatever. But just take it slow, you know, don't feel like because Nancy over here got OPI and Valentino acrylics that you got to go buy OPI and Valentino, you know, because you don't know how much they're charging. You don't know their living conditions. You don't know if they live with mama and daddy and they don't have any bills, because that's how I was, you know, like I mean, even now, like I'm doing nails from my parents' home, so I'm not paying bills. I'm not paying booth rent. I'm paying their Wi-Fi bill, but I'm not paying for lights and water, you know, so I don't have that overhead. Now there is people that, you know, they have to pay for their overhead. They have to pay for their commission. They have to pay their booth rent, whatever the case may be, so they can't spend all of their money on products. So like I said, just take it slow. If you don't have something, you know, if a client is asking you for something and you don't have it, you don't have to go out and buy it right then and there. Just let them know like, hey, I don't have that, but I'm gonna try to get it, you know, as soon as I can, you know, just give me a little time, and then get it when you feel like you have the money to purchase that item, because you don't wanna go broke. You don't. Okay, somebody said, what is the hardest thing you had to face when starting your own business? Honestly, for me, it wasn't too hard. Like, I'm fortunate enough to not have had a hard time. I think the main thing would really just be like building your clientele, you know, I think, and that's for everybody, just because like you're still learning. Oh no, actually no, let me stop lying. The hardest thing was lifting, and I think we can all agree on that. Y'all, that lifting ain't no joke, but you know, like I said, I do have a video on how to prevent lifting that is really helpful, so be sure to go check it out. But yeah, I think lifting, and like I was gonna say, building a clientele is also another big thing that people struggle with, but be sure to go check that video. Somebody said, how do you edit your YouTube videos? Y'all, I record on my phone and I edit on my phone as well, and I use iMovie. Somebody said, where did you buy Ice-T's necklace? So Ice-T has a gold chain that we got, and that was from Amazon. I'll be sure to add it to my Amazon storefront, and I'll leave that link down below. Okay, so another question about Ice-T. Ramirez said, what brand of food do you feed Ice-T? Okay, so Ice-T, we were feeding him Pro Plan, which is for like bullies, I think. And then I make them some food that it's just ground turkey, whole grain rice, mixed vegetables and chicken broth, and I just mix it all together in a crock pot. Put it on high and leave it for like 5 hours, and then until everything is completely cooked, and then I mix that with their dry food. But Ice-T, when we were feeding him Pro Plan, he did not want to eat it. He would go eat Sugar and Honey's food, which is Blue Buffalo. So then I think we ran out of the Blue Buffalo. So then we started feeding all three of them the Pro Plan, which was Ice-T's food. And then Ice-T started eating it. So I think he was just being greedy and trying to eat their food instead of eating his. And he didn't realize that he started back eating his food. But they kind of eat each other's food, which is Blue Buffalo and Pro Plan. And like I said, I make their own food as well, and I just mix it in with their dry food. Somebody said, how do I price my Swarovski stones? Yeah, y'all know I always say that word wrong, so don't even come for me. But honestly, I am not the best person to ask about this, because I use my stones on my clients, which are not that kind of crystals, but they are really good quality, you know, and I don't have any problems with them at all. So what I would recommend you do is kind of just look up different nail techs that are using Swarovski, and then just kind of see how much they're charging, so you can kind of get an idea. That's the best thing that I would say do. But y'all, I am not the best person to give you advice about pricing. Okay, somebody said, what stand do you use to record your videos? I use a ring light, and that is also in my Amazon storefront, so I'll leave that link down below. Somebody said, how did you grow your following count? Honestly, I just started posting. Same thing with like YouTube. I literally just started posting. People started following me because I feel like when people like what you're posting, whether it's your pictures, you know, your nails, whatever, they're gonna follow, you know, they're gonna automatically follow. That's like, that's with anything, you know, if I'm scrolling down Instagram and then I'm like, oh, like that's cute, you know, I'm gonna go to their page and it like says the boutique and I see, oh, okay, I like all their stuff, so I'm gonna follow them. That's the same thing, you know, if you're doing nails and somebody likes them, they're gonna follow you. So the best thing you can do is just post, be consistent, use your hashtags, because those will help a lot with getting followers and with people finding you. Yeah, my lips are so freaking dry. Somebody said, I need to know what I should do with all of the extra nail tips I have. Honestly, y'all, okay, so we know that a lot of the time we use like number 5, 6, and 7 a lot when it comes to nail tips. So I had a lot of 0, a lot of 9, a lot of the other numbers in, like, you know, that I was not using a lot. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had a lot of those other numbers and I ended up just giving them away because I had no use for them. That's really why a lot of people use foreigns for that reason, because then they have a lot of nail tips left over. But I would say just give them away, or you can use them to practice. So if you know anybody I think that's what I ended up doing actually. I ended up giving them away. I was gonna sell them like as individual sizes, but they didn't really sell, so I ended up just giving them away. And that way people can put them on sticks and just practice their polish application or practice their acrylic application, whatever the case may be. I'm sure, you know, if you know of a local nail school, you could always just donate them to them and let them use them to practice if that's something that you would be interested in doing. Let's see. What does it mean after, okay, somebody said, what does it mean after applying acrylic and then when there's space between the nail and acrylic? So that means that your nail lifted. That means that you have lifting. That means that you either did not prep the nail correctly, you did not apply the correct size tips, you did not file around the cuticle area properly. I mean, it could be a number of things, but like I said, this refers back to my video about lifting. So be sure to go watch that video after you watch this. Somebody said, can you only get your acrylic brush from Alpha? The acrylic brush that I use is the Alpha brush, and they only sell them on their website. So yes, but you know, you don't have to buy the Alpha brush. That's what I use and that's what I recommend. But if you find something that's cheaper and better, that is completely fine. You know, I know everybody has different budgets. So like I said, you know, if you find something better, girl, go for it. Let's see. I want to get started on doing nails. What's the first step? Please advise. Honestly, the first step is just to get your beginner's kit and just start practicing. You know, practice on yourself, practice on a practice hand on your sister, you know, just practice. That's really all you can do, is just start practicing your application and trying, like, really the main thing is practicing to not have lifting. You don't want to, you know, be doing nails on other people to where they're breaking and charging to where they're breaking off the next day, or lifting that same day. Like, you just don't want that. So you want to practice as much as you can and just be patient, because it is going to take a while to, you know, be able to prevent lifting. Because trust me, there's still people out there that still get lifting and they've been doing this for a while. So it's definitely something that takes a while, but like I said, you just have to be patient. Let's see. Somebody said, what's your absolutely favorite economic gels from Amazon? Honestly, it's been a while since I bought any gels from Amazon, but I know you can find Model 1's gel polishes on Amazon. You could also find, it's some that are called like Beetle something. Those seem pretty affordable as well, and they have them on Amazon, and I do have them on my Amazon storefront. So I'll be sure to add, like I said, I'll add the link down below, and it's just going to be one link to my Amazon, and you will be able to browse all of my little categories. I have one for nail supplies, one for my online store, and it's just everything that I recommend that I bought from Amazon. So I'm not, you know, that I'm not going to recommend anything that I have not used. Actually, just yesterday, y'all, I had a company reach out to me that wanted me to promote some new kit or something that they were selling, and they wanted me to post about it, and they basically just wanted to pay me to post it on my story. But I've never actually like even seen this product or anything in person, and that's what I told them. I was like, I'm sorry, but I don't like to promote items or products that I've never personally have tried. So I'm just gonna have to pass on it, because like I said, I'm not gonna recommend and tell you to go buy something that I've never tried. Everything that I recommend to you guys are things that I use and things that I know are good and will work, because y'all, I was a beginner once too, and I, you know, don't want you guys to just be wasting y'all's money. So just wanted to let that be known. Ooh, let's see. How long should a full set with designs take? It's gonna be different for everybody, whether you're a beginner or you're somebody that's been doing nails for a while. I schedule my clients for 1 hour and 30 minutes, whether it's a fill or full set. Unless it's like an extra long set of nails, then I do book them for longer. But you guys know that I've been doing the same clients for a while now, so I usually know when somebody takes me a little bit longer, so I make sure that I add like an extra 30 minutes. But other than that, you know, just kind of do a few sets like on your sister, your mom, whoever, and just kind of time yourself and see how long it takes. That way, whenever you actually do somebody else's nails, you know how long to book for. But it honestly gets better. Like your timing will be your timing will get better with practice. It's just all about getting comfortable and really just repetition and doing it over and over again. And you're just gonna find little techniques that work better for you. And then also organization is really big when it comes to timing, because you don't wanna be, you know, all over the place trying to look for your brush and your nail tips or whatever. So make sure that everything is very well organized. That way you're not wasting time looking for your supplies. Oh, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Somebody said, I lost my spot. When did you and your man meet? How long have y'all been together? Y'all, we met on Facebook in 2011. And we've been together ever since. Somebody said, can you make a tutorial video of doing ombre nails? I have a lot of videos doing ombre. So like I said, just be sure to comment, or not comment, but go on the search bar and just type in Natali Carmona ombre nails, and I'm sure a lot will pop up, whether it's doing ombre with acrylic, with polish. I think I actually have a video on doing ombre nails with polish, acrylic, and something else. I think multiple different color ombre. So be sure to go check it out. I'll leave that link down below as well. Somebody said, why don't your neighbors like you? Okay, so I posted on my Instagram saying that we had to get more cameras because our neighbors just do not like us. I mean, we live in a neighborhood full of older people, and they complain about every single thing, even though we're like, everybody kind of lives on an acre of land. So we're not like, you know how some neighborhoods, like you're like this close to people? Well, we have a big gap in between each house. So y'all, they just like complain about everything. They've actually came to the house like twice and complained about my boyfriend's car. He has a Charger and it's loud. It's just naturally loud. So they complain about that noise, which is like, okay, he can't turn his car down, so y'all just gonna have to suck it up. But it's just like little things. I mean, the other day they followed him to the gas station and threatened to kill him because he told him he needs to get out of his town because this is his town. And yeah, so that's that. So we ended up getting a lot of more cameras to where we have one in like every corner. And then I even bought one for my beauty room, because y'all not gonna come in here and steal my stuff. That's one thing y'all not gonna do. So yeah, so that answers that question. Let's see, somebody said, how did you start your nail journey? And as I mentioned, y'all, I just started practicing. I started practicing on myself and my sister, and it just kind of went up from there. When did you start getting sponsored or packages? I started my YouTube in 2017, and I think in 2018, that's when I had a few companies reaching out, wanting me to like try out their products and stuff. So when it comes to that, you know, they're not gonna just reach out to anybody. They're gonna reach out to people that have a lot of followers, that have you know, people watching their videos, because their main goal is trying to advertise their products. And by us reviewing their products, that's basically what we're doing for them, is giving them a lot of exposure. So you know, if you plan on doing something like that, like reviewing other people's stuff, then all you have to do is just post your videos and try to get you know, as many subscribers or whatever as you can. Somebody said, it's not a question, but I love your videos. They are my therapy. Thank you so much. That's Angelica21 on Instagram. Somebody said, what are the most expensive things that you have bought for your nails? Honestly, the most expensive things are definitely the little crystals that I get from Sky Beads. I just bought some the other day when they said that they were no longer gonna make them. And I think I spent like $158 and I only bought some for myself, y'all. So, yeah. Okay, so the next question is, do you ever worry about your nails not looking like IG nails? Like, what is IG nails? Like, what is that? I don't know. But honestly, no. Like, I don't care what people think, honestly. And that's something that I kind of had to like not necessarily grow up, but when it comes to social media, you definitely have to have some tough skin because people are harsh. Like, people on social media have no filter, they're rude, disrespectful, and you just have to like really have some tough skin. There are times where you want to sit there and argue with them, but you definitely have to learn to be the bigger person. And I just like to block them. Like, I don't even give them a time of day. I just literally block them, and that's about it. Somebody said, in the beginning, did your friends and family always support you? Honestly, yes. I have been fortunate enough to have a really supportive family and supportive friends. I've never had that problem. I know there are a lot of people that come to me with that question. And I think honestly, whenever it comes to like you wanting to do nails or anything in the beauty industry, I feel like a lot of people don't take it serious and they don't know how much money is actually in this industry. So you really have to just get to the point to where you let them know like, hey, this is what I choose to do, and you basically have no choice but to support me. Because I mean, that's really what you have to do when you have people that don't support you. And honestly, y'all, like, the people that are gonna support you are gonna be people that you don't even know. So like a lot of my clients, I mean, I didn't know, like I said, you know, it was friends of friends or cousins of my classmates, you know, it was people that I didn't even know. And then a lot of the people that I know now are not even my classmates. I literally have one client that was one of my high school classmates, but other than that, it's like just random people that, you know, I met along the way and people that I've become really close to. And yeah, I just have a really good relationship with all of my clients. Like, we're literally all friends. Somebody said, how do you keep up with keeping your house so clean every day? I mean, y'all, I don't have any kids or anything that mess up my house, but I mean, I do clean up every day. You know, I try to clean up after my stuff as I go. The only thing that does get super dirty is the floor, and that's from the dogs coming in and out. So I try to mop as often as I can, but y'all, it's so hard to keep this floor clean. But thankfully we have tile, so you know, I can just mop it. And then I did rip up the carpet in my bedroom, and then I still need to, well, we need to rip up the carpet from the other rooms, but my dad is supposed to be doing our floor in those rooms, so he needs to come on, but he just hasn't had time. Let's see, do you ever want to get married and have kids? I mean, yeah, I feel like I mean, I do. I know that I do, but I just don't know when. I guess it's just like when I'm ready. I know I've always said that I wanted to have kids whenever I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to have kids. And I feel like everybody always says that, but you know, a lot of the time things are just unexpected and you just never really know when you're gonna end up pregnant. I mean, you know, because if you do it, you know, you're gonna get pregnant. But yeah, I think I really want to, my ideal time is when I'm just like, okay, like, let's have a baby. You know, that's kind of how I want to be, but you never know. Next question is, how long did it take you to be an amazing nail tech? By the way, I love your work. You inspire me. Thank you so much. That is Miss Emsley Sanchez. I think I said it right. Honestly, y'all, like, I mean, even if you go on my YouTube, y'all, like, from the very beginning in 2017, when I first started, I was not the best at all. Like, it's always a learning process, you know, with so many different trends coming out every single day. Like, you learn new things every single day. So the learning never really stops when it comes to the beauty industry. So I can't just tell you, oh, it took me 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You know, it just is, you never stop learning. You just never do. Somebody said, Are you going to share more of your BBL journey? By the way, I love your channel. That is Cree Norwood. Yes, I am going to be vlogging my experience during my BBL, or my journey during my BBL. Right, like I already posted my first video, but as of right now, I don't really have, you know, I still have 2 more months and 6 days until my surgery. So right now, you know, like the only new thing that I've done so far is I booked my hotel, my flight, and my private nurse. But right now, you know, like it's really nothing else to kind of talk about other than that. But you know, it's just gonna get a lot more juicier once it gets closer to the day, like when I go to Miami for my post-op appointment and then surgery. You know, I'm gonna be vlogging all of that as much as I can. So I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. And then I'm gonna, of course, keep you guys updated on Instagram as well. Somebody said, what was the first thing you showed when you started your YouTube channel? Honestly, y'all, the first video ever, like, okay, so let me tell y'all. So my friend Kennedy is the one that, like, you know, got me to basically start my YouTube. She's the one that was encouraging me to do it or whatever. So whenever I started doing it, I recorded my first video, I think on a camera, and I was trying to edit on my laptop, but it was just the hardest thing. It's a lot harder doing it on your laptop and on the camera than it is on the phone. So my very first video is really like a little slideshow.
Hi everyone, this is GetNailed32, and this is actually my first video, so I just want to keep it short and simple. So a little bit about myself. I am a licensed cosmetologist, but I focus mainly on nail care, and I've actually competed in Skills USA, which is a national competition. So I have a couple of national titles, and I actually learned how to do nails on my own by just watching YouTube videos. But while I was in the process of learning, I realized that there's not a lot of things that I was needing to learn, which is why I decided to make this YouTube channel, just to reach those people that are having problems with a couple of stuff that they can't find on here. So I am open for suggestions. So if you have anything that you want to learn that you can't find, just comment below and let me know what it is, and I'll be doing videos based on that. Yeah, so I'll also be doing reviews as well as hauls and DIY, so I'm pretty much open to whatever. So yeah, just make sure you like and subscribe, and just stay tuned for whatever's coming next.
And then I kind of just did a voiceover just saying like, hey everyone, my name is Natalie, you know, I do nails, blah blah blah. So it's literally a little slideshow, and I never took it down, but it's still on YouTube now. And yeah, so don't go look it up, because it's honestly kind of embarrassing, but you know, we kind of learn, and we live and we learn. So you know, if you're thinking about doing YouTube, I mean, just post, y'all. Like, that's really the only thing I can say, is just post and be consistent with it. Let's see. Somebody said, I just started getting into doing nails. Do you have any advice? Honestly, okay, so I do have a video that I just made about 11 tips for beginners. So I'll be sure to leave that video down down below, just for you, so you can go check it out, because what I was about to say is everything that I mentioned in my video. So be sure to go check it out. And that was It's Jess. So It's Jess on Instagram. Be sure to go watch that video so you can get some really good tips about nails for beginners. Somebody said, how much was your new doggy and what race? My 4-year-old is so in love with him. Okay, so my new one is Iced Tea. He is an American Bully. That's his breed. And I don't even know how much my boyfriend paid for him, because he got it from his uncle. So I know he got a very good deal compared to if he would have got it with somebody else, because they do get expensive. Somebody say, how often do you think techs should go up on their prices? Honestly, that is something that would be different for everybody. I know, like for me, the last time that I went up on my prices was like last year in June, when I redid my nail room. And the reason why I went up is because I felt like, you know, I was doing like longer nails at the time, and I just feel like it was taking me a lot longer and it's taking a lot more product. So I feel like it wasn't worth it for the price that I was charging. So that's when I decided to go up. So if you feel like, you know, you're working a lot harder and not making the money that, or the amount that you wish you was, then I think that's when it's time to go up on your prices. But like I said, it's completely up to each nail tech. Let's see. The next question, y'all, if y'all hear snoring, it's Ice-T. Like, he is knocked out. The next question is, what's the proper way to clean a brush and keep it in shape, monomer or acetone? Okay, I actually use brush cleaner. I use the JC Beauty Concepts brush cleaner. I like fill up my little dapping dish with the brush cleaner. I sit my brush in there for like 10 minutes so the acrylic can soak off. And then afterwards, I just kind of grab my brush and just kind of with the very tip of my fingers, kind of shape it up to where it kind of looks pointed. You know, the bristles aren't spread out or anything. And then I just set it in my little, I have a little container. I just set my brush in there, making sure that the bristles are pointing up. You don't want to put your brush in there upside down because you will bend your brush. And then I do have a promo code for JC Beauty Concepts, which is GetNailed32, and that's what I use for my acrylic, which is my monomer, my polymer. I use some of their colored acrylics as well, their brush cleaner, and then they also have a really good brush. Let's see, y'all, I'm ready to be done. Can you make a video with all of the steps for applying press-on nails with glue and one with tabs as well? I'm pretty sure I have a video on that. I'm gonna try to look for it and I'll leave the link down below. Somebody said, are you a Scorpio? By the way, I love your work. Yes, I am a Scorpio. My birthday is November 1st, and thank you so much. Let's see, can you make a detailed video on how to do ombre nails? We already had that question, and I will leave the link down below to that. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna just answer a few more questions. A lot of these questions are repetitive questions. Somebody said, how do I keep my nails lasting for 3 weeks? That comes in with lifting. So like I said, I'll be sure to post a video about lifting. Somebody said, what is my preferred size brush? I use a number 10 alpha brush in an oval shape, and I'll leave that link down below. My favorite acrylic powders are by JC Beauty Concepts. I already mentioned that. The nail tips that I use are the nail tips that I have on my website. All of the tips that I use are the ones from my website, so I'll leave my website down below, which is www.getnailed32.com. Let's see. Okay, so I know a few people asked this question. Somebody said, how long into becoming a nail tech did you quit your job and go full-time? Okay, so this, y'all, I honestly cannot relate to this because I started doing nails at a very young age to where I never actually worked for, I mean, I had like a few jobs here and there, but it was a lot of the time, like I did the little summer program through like my high school or like through the city while I was in high school. And that was literally for the summer. And I had like I think I did that 2 years, and then 1 year I worked at a daycare, and that's it. So I never really had any other job other than doing nails, because even when I was doing those little side jobs, I was still doing nails. So honestly, I feel like, how would I say it? Okay, so you can stop or you can quit your normal full-time job when you start making more money doing nails than you are at your regular job, or when you feel like, I mean, I guess it would just be like, do the math and make sure that you have a good clientele. So like, say you have 20 people that you know for sure are gonna come to you, and you charge them this amount, and you know that's for 1 week. And if that's more than what you make at your full-time job, then you are more than welcome to quit your job. The only thing about, you know, like doing nails full-time is really, I think what hurt me the most is like not having any of those benefits like paid time off, like, you know, like your retirement plan, your health insurance. That's something that you're gonna have to do on your own, and it does get pretty expensive, y'all. So, you know, just make sure that, again, if you decide to quit your full-time job to do nails, just make sure that you know for a fact that you're gonna be making more money doing nails than you are at your regular job. I mean, cause y'all, just, that's all I'm gonna say. And also don't go quitting your job and then blame it on me when you're not making good money, y'all. Let's see. Okay, somebody said, hello from Florida. What's the best nail drill bit to remove acrylic? I use the extra coarse, or really an extra coarse or an extra coarse safety drill bit. I do have that on my website, so I'll leave the link down below for you. I mean, all of these questions are really repetitive. A lot of people are asking about the BBL. How do you block negativity? How do you block negativity? Okay, so if you have a client that came to you for the very first time and they're already giving you a hard time, do not book them. Do not rebook them. Do not do that to yourself. That's how you block that energy. You just don't book them again. Because if they give you a hard time on the first time, they're going to continue to give you a hard time. And you're going to get to the point where if you continue to do their nails, it's like the minute that they walk in your door, they're going to like kind of ruin your energy and you're going to be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this person. And that's really how it was once upon a time. Like, even like, shit, the day before or the day of, I would wake up like, oh my God, I don't want to do nails because I got to do such and such. And I don't know, like, you know, the way to protect your peace is just by not booking them no more, because you have the right to reject services to anybody. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so see, same questions. How old were you when you started doing nails? About pricing. My boyfriend said, what are we eating for dinner? I told him to stop and get him something to eat. Somebody said, can you come visit Ohio? What is there to do in Ohio? I've never been out there. Somebody asked again, what keeps you motivated to not give up? Biggest pet peeves about certain clients. As of right now, you guys know that I'm no longer doing nails full time. I only have a certain amount of clients that I do weekly. And honestly, I think I don't have any pet peeves right now. Yeah, I don't think nothing is really bothering me right now that I can think of. Yeah, I can't think of anything. But anyways, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I gotta cook. I gotta clean a little bit and all that good stuff. So I did the best that I could as far as answering questions. You guys know that whenever I do my videos, I try to be as detailed as I can to answer any questions that you guys may have. But if I have to do another video like this or even a live, I will do that pretty soon. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNailed32. And I will see you guys next time.